consequence you're running from. Never think about the way it was. We can dress it up in red if that's how you want it. But you'd rather get out tonight. We'll still hold you back from the edge. I will wait with you till the end if that's how you want it. I'll be your audience and I will still hold you back from the edge. We can dress it up in red if that's how you want it. But you would rather get out tonight. We'll still hold you back from the edge. I will wait with you till the end if that's how you want it. I'll be your audience and I will still hold you back from the edge.
Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. And welcome back, sim racing fans. Welcome to One to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 Spring Summer Lightspeed Racing League Wilder Graphix Cup Series presented by Grid Finder, Wilder Graphix, The Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight we bring you coverage of round 16 live from the Nashville Super Speedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm Harold Darner for One to Go Studios. Thank you for joining with us tonight as we are here at Nashville and qualification is underway. The Wilder Graphix 225 here at Nashville, 1.33 mile track, 168 laps. Brandon Massey out on the racetrack right now. Currently has the top spot. Quisenberry with the top spot just now. Massey's second lap. Going is putting up the top spot for his first lap. Massey puts up a 2.9641, put him in the second spot for his second lap. Got Jason Dalton in the number 2 ride. Little under 3 minutes left in the qualification for tonight's race to set the grid. And there's Dalton putting himself up on top of the leaderboard with a 29.591. While they're going through this, send it over to our pole award sponsor, Sweatless. And that is Train More, Sweat Less. They're our pole award winning sponsor for tonight. We also have our Grid Finder, and they are the grid sponsor for tonight. That is our Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. We have about 30 seconds left in qualification. But Cameron Hearn took over the top spot. So we're getting back ready to do our grid now. Pole award winner Cameron Hearn in the 15. Going to put a cap on that. Pole award winner tonight, Cameron Hearn with 29,496. For your grid, starting on the inside for the Wilder Graphix 225 is Cameron Hearn. Outside him is Jason Maines. Jason Dalton would be in the number 2 car in the inside of row 2. Outside him, Michael Jeans. Dylan Gomez will be inside row 3. Outside him is Brandon Massey. And row 4, Hermie Sadler and Adam Brady. Row number 5, Ira Kohlhaas and Landon Quisenberry. Row 6, Joseph Murata and Andy Brigani. Greg Lovell and Brandon Ayers will be in row 7. Row 8, Logan Powers and Dale Lee Jr. as your starting grid for the Wilder Graphix 225, presented by The Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid here at Nashville Superspeedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. As we're coming off of pit lane behind the pace car, as we are pacing. Our weather presented by Lottie'sTravelWorld.com. Looking for a vacation, staycation, or just trying to get out of the house? Contact Lottie'sTravelWorld.com for the Wilder Graphix 225. Partly cloudy skies, air temp 78, track temp a blistering 118, relative humidity at 54%, wind slightly out of the north at 2 miles an hour. As high track temperatures, you'll see a lot of slipping and sliding, almost like ice for these tires. So these first few laps will definitely be a challenge for the drivers here at the Nashville Superspeedway. Concrete 1.33 mile track as we're getting ready to go green here. The green flag is out. Cameron Hearn taking the green flag and running turn number 1. Hearn and Maines side by side. Hearn with a slight edge, with Jeans on the high side. First lap is presented by the Sim Speed Shops. Check them out at www.thesimspeedshop.com today. Sim Speed Shops specialize in custom racing hardware. Sim Speed Shops manufacturing sim racing hardware, utilizing the best components available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware and rig today by visiting www.simspeedshop.com. You check those guys out. Cameron Hearn about a 2/10 lead over Maines. Jeans behind him, and Brandon Massey. Then Dylan Gomez is your top 5. 16 drivers started their night's race. Brandon Massey fastest car, 29.683. Landon Quisenberry up underneath Lovell. The 99, I guess a 209 of power. There's Hermie Sadler and the Virginia for Lovers number 9. As he's moved his way up to the 8th spot. Dylan Gomez is the fastest car, 29.601. Early in the 5th spot. Massey in at 65, followed by Dylan Gomez in the 27. That's 4th and 5th. As now we have a new leader in Mans, the number 45. Takes the lead over Cameron Hearn as they enter in turn number 1 as we completed 4 laps. We're on lap number 5 for 168. 1 through 5, really close. Adam Brady in the 77, just off of the top 5 in the 6th spot. Behind Brady is Kohlhaas, Sadler, and Quisenberry with Powers. Oh, we have a break in the. We'll go over the remaining skate. Whoa, Hearn a little bit loose, driving to the bottom. Not sure that was intentional by the 15 or not, but he grabbed that apron and kept that car going straight down the track. But everybody stays in their same positions, no changes. Anthony Ludi checking in on the Lightspeed Racing League Facebook Live page, wishing the drivers good luck as they continue to do battle here. It looks like Mike Jeans has got around Cameron Hearn on the high side in his number 08. And Massey now in the back of Cameron Hearn with Dylan Gones and Adam Brady now in the mix of things in the 6th spot. And then Massey sliding to the high side to follow Mike Jeans as Dylan Gones goes down low. He takes over the 4th spot. So 1 through 7 in this front group, and then a nice big 1.1 second break between Kohlhaas and Hermie Sadler, as we see now Hearn and Jeans doing battle for the 2nd spot, and Gones and Massey doing a bit for the battling for the 4th position, which is allowing Maines to get off to a half a second lead. Jeans working that high line up along the wall. Hearn working that bottom groove right around the apron. Hearn has gotten around Jeans back to 2nd place. $11 laps is being worked here, so we're down 10. Of the 168. Hearn starting to put a gap in between him and Jeans as Massey and Gones continue to fight for the 4th spot. So the first 2 of Maines and Hearn's about a half a second ahead of everyone else. Then you have Jeans leading a 2nd small pack back to Kohlhaas, 3rd to 7th. We're riding with that group right now. Trevor Wright checking in on One to Go Studios Facebook Live page. Part of the Roush Performance Racing Series, which they're doing their practice for tomorrow night's race. Check them out on Roush Performance Esports. There's Dylan Gones. He's moved up into the 3rd spot, bringing Massey with him. And Dylan Gones now starting to separate himself from Jeans and Massey as Jeans stays the high side. Massey falling back. Brady moving up to the 5th spot. Massey and Kohlhaas, teammates in the Pepsi-Cola colors. Mountain Dew on Massey and the Pepsi-Cola regular soda with the number 29 machine. So both of those guys, PepsiCo colors. See Adam Brady right there next to Ira Kohlhaas. They're going 3 wide in the corner here. And Brandon Massey's gotten around to the 4th spot. Working lap number 15 here. We're watching Ira Kohlhaas, who's moved up into the 5th position. Here, Jeans and the number 99. That's Logan Powers being scored as the 209. This is the battle for the 5th position. Jeans back to the 7th spot. Adam Brady directly behind him. There's Ira Hojas and Massey up to 4th and 5th. Mans continues a 3/10 lead over Cameron Hearn as working lap number 17 in a 168. Anthony's checking in as One to Go Studios. He's one of our admins for One to Go Studios. He didn't change his ability there, so he caught me off guard a million. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually in here. So it's Anthony Giuliano saying it is one of the best racing tracks out there right now, and it's lap number 19 of the 168. Lap number 20 of 168, we're looking at Logan Powers. He scored at the 209 in that 99 K1 speed. Continuing the top 5 of Maines, Hearn, Massey, Kohlhaas, and Dylan Jonas. So Massey and Kohlhaas have moved up 3rd and 4th. And they have about a whole second to catch up to Cameron Hearn and Maines that's in front of them as we're working lap number 21. So 20 down to the 168. Here, lap number 23 of the 168. Looking here at Ira Kohlhaas. He's about 6/10 behind teammate Brandon Massey, the number 65 Mountain Dew ride. We continue to run here. So Maines and Hearn about a car length apart between the two of them. And about a second back to Massey and Kohlhaas. And we have a group of Gonas all the way back to Brady. In LSRL Wilder Graphix Cup Series, the second to last race. About the last race finale, the finale race will be next week in New Hampshire, same night, for Tuesday night. We meet back here tomorrow night. We'll be at New Hampshire for the finale of the Xfinity Series on Wednesday night. Same time tomorrow. Those who have been watching the Lightspeed Racing League know that there are 2 competition cautions that have yet to fly so far tonight. They'll be called here momentarily as the drivers get up. We can make pit stops and we can do some commercials and talk about the standings before we get back into the second segment. So Ira Kohlhaas, he's about 2 seconds behind leader Mans. And now behind him is Logan Powers, is about 6/10 behind him. Kohlhaas catching his partner Massey in that Mountain Dew ride, and they're trying to reel in the leaders. Massey's within about a second. Monica checking in on Lightspeed Racing League's Facebook page. Here on the number 77 of Adam Brady, the Pound Town car. Working that number 28 now, 27 down. Now Gene's working on the inside of Adam Brady for the 7th spot. As we're looking here at Quisenberry, who's watching the two of them. He's in the 9th position. Adam Brady just in front of Gene's there. Really tight racing coming to the stripe. Mains has gotten ahead of Hearn by half a second. Brandon Massey's about 8/10 behind Hearn. Lap 29. His times are in the 29s. The drivers are now in 31.5 seconds. Gene's now underneath the 77 with a 75 in tow. Working now lap 30. Sixteen cars took to the green flag, and 16 cars are all on the lead lap. They're pretty well spread out through the field. As the caution now flies at the end of 30 laps for our first competition caution, and we'll send it over to title sponsor Wilder Graphix. Alright, take a ride on the wild side. Check out Wilder Graphix. We got all the guys on pit lane right now. It's looking down pit lane, awful busy. Current standings for the Cup Series on your screen there. Landon Quisenberry leading the way with Leonard Frost, who's not here tonight. And Andy Brigante, Anthony Giuliano also not here tonight. Gomez, Kohlhaas, Kurt Hearn, Derek Garrison, Jeff Converse, and Adam Brady. That is your current standings with the 2 races to go here, as we'll be in our finale next week at New Hampshire. So guys looks like everybody came down pit lane taking tires and fuel, and everybody's back out. Mains, Hearns, Massey, Logan Powers moving up to fourth, Cole Haas fifth. So that's your top five coming out of break here. So that was lap 30, so I believe the next one will be at lap 65, and then we'll finish out with just at about 100 laps for the final segment. And no incident points so far by any of the drivers, so they're all keeping it clean, keeping the car together and moving in the right direction. Only caution came out thus far was for the competition. Basically an ending of a stage break. You're watching NASCAR, very similar to that. No points given, but nonetheless gives them an idea of what kind of tire wear, fuel wear they have. As we're now going back to green flag racing, as you see the pace car off the track, Jason Maines brings us to the green flag. It's off to a really good start, 2/10 over Cameron Hearn, as you have Massey and Powers doing battle for third. So Cole Haas, Massey now fourth and fifth, Powers moving up to the third position, and James there in the 08 offer pad in the sixth spot with Dylan Gones and Adam Brady directly behind them. Side by side now, Massey and Gones. And that's the battle for sixth. Lots of different lines being worked. Guys low, guys high. And looks like Joe's out. He's back on the racetrack, but somehow was down 2 laps. Not sure what happened to the 5 car. Cameron Hearn setting now the fastest lap, 29.582. Working lap number 37, looking at Adam Brady. He's in the 7th spot. Behind him is Brandon Massey. Right in front of him is Gones. Massey looking to get under the inside of the number 77 pound car. With Landon Quisenberry directly behind him with Jay Dalton. Massey now looking at that bottom line, keeping that car right along the apron all the way around the turn. As the 77's working that mid-high groove above him. Massey side by side, the 65 and 77. This is the battle for the 7th position. In the front here we got Maines and Hearn continuing to fight it out. There's the 15 behind that 45, Maines Hearn, then Powers, Cole Haas, and now Mike Jeans, your top 5. All pretty much single file throughout the entire grid right now. We're going to work it up to 65 and then take another break. side of the 45. Side by side they go. Advantage right now to the 45. Cross the nose of the 15. Turn number 1. On board with Logan Powers and the sweatless onboard cam as you're watching the battle for first between Hearn and Maines. I believe it's number 42. Hear the throttle being worked on by Logan Powers. Ira Kohlhaas now on the back deck of the 99. And top 5 of a pretty good pack working here. But Dylan Gona is about 8/10 behind them. There's a little group here between Powers, Kohlhaas, Cheens. The battle brewing for the 3rd spot, as looks like Maines continues to work in front of the 15 of Hearn. Side by side, Kohlhaas getting around the number 99. Adam Brady here with Quisenberry, the 31 of Lovell with Dalton. Right behind them is Hermie Sadler at number 9. Got Jason Dalton in the 10th spot. Behind Adam Brady, you got Lovell behind him in the 31. Looking at number 46 now. Somebody around the 15 is around. But Cameron Hearn, try to get a replay on what happened here with Cameron Hearn. They're watching coming off the corner. Coming off a 4, he's trying to keep that car together. Slides it through the infield. You're gonna probably need new tires, but didn't connect with anybody, but the caution comes out on lap number 47. So caution is out. Give us a time to check with the butt kicker.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
Should I use that code LSRL, save you some money? Pit lane busy, you just see the cars coming down. Looks like one car may have stayed out. And that would be Joe in the number 5. Try to get one of his laps back that way, and maybe he'll get his second one by getting the wave around. We'll see how that works out for him. Cameron Hearn, last one into this pit stall. A little bit loose coming off of turn number 4. Mike Jeans, first one off of pit lane. Like he took 2 tires and fuel, 9.2 seconds. Everyone else, fuel and 4 tires. Mike Jeans, the leader. Pitch strategy. He started in the 4th spot, moved up 3 to his current position. Logan Powers moved up 12 spots, starting in the 15th position. So 50 laps of the 168 being worked upon here. 138 left to go. And we should have another competition caution in about 15 laps. And then we'll be going just only on iRacing flags after that. Lights are off on a pace car. We'll go back to green flag as soon as the pace car ducks off. Jeans will have control in the restart zone. With the 45 on his outside of Jason Maines, who's been leading most of this race. With Cameron Hearn, who's back in the 8th spot. All right, here we come to green flag racing. Jeans down all the way to the grass, taking the green flag in the top spot. Behind him now is Powers in the number 99. He slides up in front of the 45. Trying to work the high line over the edge of Jeans here as they're battling for the top spot. The 99 has a slight advantage off the corner. He slides down in front of the 08 all the way to the grass. New leader is Logan Powers in the number 209, the 99 on track. Jeans now working that midline of the 45 underneath him. Dylan Gonez with them as well. Cameron Hearn in the 7th spot. Behind him is Dalton. Right in front of him is Landon Quisenberry, the current points leader. As you see Powers half a second lead over Maines as they're working 2 by 2 all the way behind him until about the 7th position. Jason Dalton in the 8th position behind Landon Quisenberry. Gona is a little bit loose in the 4th spot. Jeans there. Able to gather her back up. Small pack here, about 4th on back, starting with Jeans. Things are starting to heat up in the mid pack here. with the leader off about a half a second in the lead. There's Cameron Hearn in the 15 has moved up to the 6th spot. Ira Kohlhaas in 5. The Powers main Jonas, Jeep, and Kohlhaas. And his teammate Brandon Massey back to the 14th position. Not sure how that happened, but he is back there. He was in the top 5 most of the night so far. See Dalton moving up to the 7th position. Number 5 is able to get one of his laps back under the caution. He's being scored 1 lap down. See much damage on him. He is running comparable times with those around him. Right here with Dalton and Kohlhaas. In front of them is Cameron Hearn, who's moved up to the 5th position. Here with Cameron Hearn in the 5th position, as Maines is 3/10 behind Powers. Bill Jones is about the same behind him, and then Gene's about the same, so it's spread out about a 3/10 between everybody. So about 2 to 3 car lengths separation through the top 8 drivers. Working lap 60 of 168. Just over 100 laps remaining in the event. Mike Jeans as the 15 of Cameron Hearn slides by him, so putting him in the 5th spot. Hearn up the port. Here with Jeans in the 5th spot. Jones and Hearn doing battle for the 3rd position. This single file throughout most of the racetrack again. Working lap 63 now. Hearn looking for a way to get around a 27. We're back here with Dalton in the 6th spot. And Ira Kohlhaas is with him in the 7th position. He's looking at what the 15 is going to do with the 27. Goes down all the way to the grass under the 27 as it goes into turn number 1, working lap 65 now. Actually 64. So based on my calculation, we have about 2 laps left until the 2nd competition caution. And then we will finish the race with iRacing flags only, as those like Cameron Hearn has a slight advantage over the 27. As you see the top 2 drivers up underneath the Cameron lens there. 15 underneath the 27 now going into turn number 1. The Cameron Hearn up to the 3rd spot after causing the first caution coming off of turn 4. He did not damage the car and he got new tires that came back out. Is currently running in the 3rd position. We're on lap number 65. Working the back stretch here, front stretch here. Alright, not sure when the next competition caution will come out, as we're working now lap number 66. And Dylan has gotten back in front of Cameron Hearn, and Dalton has gotten around Jeans for the 5th spot. Hearn and Gomez continuing to battle for 3rd. It's allowed a lot of people to catch up with him all the way back to Jeans in the 8th position. Hermie Sadler in that mix. Looks like Brandon Ayers has disconnected. Now the 15 is doing battle now with, looks like Dalton for the 4th spot. It's going to take back that 3rd position. Kohlhaas moving with them. Hearn to the back may have used up his tires too quickly. And now Hermie Sadler's knocking on his back door in the 7th position, looking for 6th. You got Mike Jeans behind Hermie Sadler in the 08 ride. 1.3 seconds as Powers over Mains as we're working lap 69 of the 168. Less than 100 to go now. We continue to work here. That small group of drivers you've been watching here. So Gomez, Dalton now moving up to the 4th spot. Hearns in 5th. Hermie Sadler up to the 6th spot. As we're watching 08 to Jeans in the 8th position doing battle with Kohlhaas in that Pepsi 29. And you see them right there with Hermie Sadler in the number 9 leading the way for them. There's a small little group here. 72 laps of the 168. 14 cars on the lead lap. 24 laps these guys have worked on the fuel and tires. Everybody took 4 last time by except for the driver of the 08, Mike Jeans. Michael Jeans now getting around, looks like Kohlhaas for the 7th position. As Powers is 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the group. And then Mains about almost a second ahead of Gomez, of Dylan Gomez. And then he's bringing that pack of Hearn, Dalton, Sadler, Kohlhaas, Jeans with him. Working lap 74 of the 168. Mike Jeans on the pit lane. As well as Craig Lovell in the 31, both coming down for green flag pit stops. You can hear with Dalton, caution has been thrown on lap number 75 for the second competition caution. We will go green flag to the end here. Well, Mike Jeans came down pit lane a lap earlier than the caution coming out, was able to get fuel and tires. Lap 77 and 168. And the 08 of Mike Jeans behind the pace car right now. Everybody else coming off of pit lane. Everybody on pit lane for tires and fuel, except for Adam and Brady. With Adam Brady only got, not sure why he was only in the pit stall for 0.9 seconds, but that is what they're showing. Everybody else, tire and fuel. So Craig Lovell and Mike Jeans will be waved around the pace car, since they are on the tail end of the lead lap. And the race leader of Logan Powers will take over when we go back to green flag racing, and he will fire us off in the restart zone. Still waiting for the pace car to have his lights off till we get back to green flag. All right, 79 of the 168 will be complete here. Pace car's lights are out, so ready to go back. Cameron Hearn on the outside of Powers as we get back to green flag racing. Only iRacing flags will be thrown throughout the rest of the event. Guys are running about 29 and a half off their best. 30 to 31s throughout the stint as Powers brings us back to green flag. And Powers, Hearn, Maines directly behind him as Gones looks to the high side. Cameron Hearn right on the back deck, lit of Powers' car. Looking to the high side to go around them on the high side, going into turn number 1. Side by side in turn 1 off to the backstretch we go. 15 in the 209, side by side on the backstretch now. Side by side, back to the stripe. Slight advantage to Hearn on that one. So side by side now for the top spot. Backstretch we are. Hearn with an advantage, almost a car length. Entering in turn number 3. Right behind him is Dylan Gones. These 3 cars fighting for the top spot. About 4 tenths behind him is Maines, who was in the top position for a little while. So now fuel and tire strategy will kick into play as these guys need to go another 85 laps. It'll be 91 laps total for the stint. That's going to mean they're going to need to come down for gas and tires. So we'll see how these guys play it for the second half of the race under the green flag conditions. There's Brandon Massey now there behind his buddy Ira Kohlhaas as they're following at Hermie Sadler. That's for the 8th, 9th position. Joe was able to get that 5 car onto the lead lap in these sets of pit stops. Working lap number 85 now. There's a number 2 of Jason Dalton in the 6th position, or 5th position, sorry. Adam Brady behind him in the 77 in the 6th spot. We're following Maines, who's currently in the 4th position. Hermie Sadler up to 7th. Ira Kohlhaas, Brandon Massey following Hermie Sadler. And by Hearn and Powers. Hearn is gotten to that top spot again. You see him there with Powers. And then Gones is about half a second behind them. We've got about 80 laps left. We got the 15 and the 99 being scored. The 209 of Powers. Continuing to work here for the top guys. Hearn, Powers, and about a half a second behind him is Gonis. And about a whole second back to the 4th position of the 45 of Maines. Ira Kohlhaas dive under the number 9. Looks like Massey's going to go with his buddy. They're working around that front stretch. Ira Kohlhaas gets the position there and up to 7th. Adam Brady has moved into the 7th position, splitting between Massey and Kohlhaas, as Ira Kohlhaas is leading this group all the way back to Quisenberry, so from 6th all the way back to 12th. And around Powers now has been Dylan Gonis, as Cameron Hearn's off to a 1.7 second lead over Dylan Gonis and Powers. And now this group with Maines and Dalton have Ira Kohlhaas picking up with this group, kind of leaving Massey and the other group is the second group behind him. Cameron Hearn is off all by himself, 1.7 seconds ahead of Dylan Gonis. Adam Brady being hounded down there by Mike Jeans there. You guys are pretty much single file throughout the racetrack as we're working our laps to get them all in here. $31 31-second laps about for everybody now. Ira Kohlhaas watching the group in front of him, Dalton and Powers. And that 45 of Maines. Dylan Gonis is starting to fall back into this group here. And Cameron Hearn, a 1 second lead. Ooh, sliding around is a 99 there, Powers, but he keeps the car going straight. But he is definitely crabbing around the track. There's Dalton moving up to the 4th position. So Gonis starting to reel in Cameron Hearn, who's less than a second now ahead. He was almost 2 seconds ahead at one time. Logan Powers has now manually disconnected. So 70 laps remaining in tonight's race, as we have 13 cars on the lead lap at number 31 at Craig Lovell, 2 laps down. So going is catching the leader Cameron Hearn, as he's now 7/10 behind. Going is slapping the wall there. That's not going to help him coming off of turn number 4. We saw that earlier with the 15 coming off that corner a little bit hotter than he wanted to, which caused one of the cautions tonight. Actually, the only actual caution, and he's now the race leader. We had talked about the track temperature. Let's check back with Lottie'sTravelWorld.com as we are 79 in the air, 119 on the track. 40-degree difference is a huge difference, and one that makes it really difficult to walk off the corners here. We're seeing guys sliding off of the corner and up into the outside retaining wall. We've seen it a couple times already tonight. Craig Lovell now has disconnected. So 13 cars all on the lead lap are here doing battle for the LSRL Wilder Graphix Cup race here at Nashville Super Speedway for the Wilder Graphix 225. So Dylan is now within 2/10 of race leader Cameron Hearn. So he's caught him. Can he get around him? That's the question here as we're working lap 102 of the 168. Hearn followed by Gomez. Not too far behind them is Maines. Then you got a 3-car group of Dalton, Massey, Kohlhaas. They're the top 6, pretty close to one another, and they got a second gap to Jeans, Brady, Quisenberry, and Sadler. Hearn is now starting to pick up the pace. Gomez back a half a second back behind him is Maines, and half a second back Dalton. So starting to spread out the track a little bit more now. We've gotten the 28 laps on these tires. Dalton there in the 4th spot, being hounded by Kohlhaas and Massey. Continue to watch it. Up, caution is out. See if we can get a look here and what it was. Back that up, I believe. Sadler off the wall through the infield and back up the racetrack. There was contact the second time with him in the 5. If I just overdrove or maybe lost the tire. The caution flies. We're getting ready to go back here. Figure out what these guys are going to do. With 60 laps left, everybody's coming down pit lane. Let's say for tires and fuel. They had unlimited sets of tire, 80% fuel, so I could see these guys taking 4 tires and packing it full of fuel for this stint. The right side's up for the 15. Left sides go up. So four tires in a wave for Cameron Hearn. The Gonas may have gotten a position. So about 58 left to go, or more like 55 when we get done with the caution laps. About 57 laps. We're behind the pace car for the second time tonight. We're waiting for race control to give the one to go signal. Lights are off in the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to green flag. About 56 laps left in the race when we get back under green flag conditions. Cameron Hearn in the top spot will fire us off when we get into the restart zone. And we're back on the green flag edition. The 15 to Cameron Hearn out to the lead into turn number 1. Dylan Gomez behind him. He's in the 45 in the 3rd position. Dalton in the 4th position. Your race leader just a few tenths over Dylan Gomez in the 27. Alton there working with Maines for 3rd. Andy Bergani in the 13 moving up to the 5th position. Looks like Joe has called it quits in the 5. And we're 12 drivers now. Just over 50 laps left. 30 seconds lap times are being put in by the top guys. Hearn and Gomez working the top 2 positions. Maines and Dalton in the 3rd and 4th. Bergani right behind them. He's got Quisenberry with him. That's the top 6. Just got a update from the number 5. He said he had a VR and system malfunction. So, unlike real racing, computer glitches definitely affect our drivers. And the number 5 hit by the gremlin, and he had to disconnect from the racing surface. Gomez during that time was able to get around the 15 of Cameron Hearn. He's in the top spot now. As Hearn works the bottom line to get back in front of the 27. He does. .45 laps remaining. Jonas now off to a 8/10 lead. Or actually, he's falling back now to Jonas, or Hearn over Jonas for 8/10, sorry. As we're watching him spread out the field here. Then Maines is about a second behind Jonas in the third position. Dalton and Quisenberry now up to the 5th spot. Quisenberry and Brady is the fight for 5th. As we got 40 laps remaining tonight. Brady on that outside of the 75. He makes a pass over Quisenberry. Bergani moving himself back up. He's in 7th, but he's looking at the back of the 75. Cameron Hearn off to a 1.2 second lead over Gones. A 2.7 over Maines and Dalton. Brady, the 77, coming down pit lane. About 50 laps, or correction, 34 laps. He's back out on the track. Could definitely be able to finish with fuel and tires to the end of the race for Brady. Now we have another person coming down. That looks like Gomez and Cameron Hearn are down on the pit lane. He puts Maines in the lead. The green flag pit stops have started on lap number 132 of the 168. So Maines is your new leader with Dalton and Brigante. Quisenberry and Mike Jeans, your top 5. Hearn, Brady, and Dylan Gones all being scored a lap down, but have new fresh tires and fuel. Ira Kohlhaas currently in the 6th spot. Cameron Hearn working his way back up through the field with those fresh tires. Last lap was a 29.6 to the 31.6 of the race leader. It was a full 2 seconds faster. But 9 cars on the lead lap. Gonna need to pit one more time before this is over. Hearn, Brady, and Gones have already taken care of that. You see Kohlhaas and Massey around the 75 of Quisenberry. .30 laps left in the race. The guys are trying to split the run. They should be coming down pretty soon now. Ira Kohlhaas currently sitting in the 5th spot. Dalton and Lee on pit lane. Leaves 7 cars on the lead lap that have yet to pit under green flag conditions. Brigante coming down pit lane. So Kohlhaas around Quisenberry with Massey. You can see Dylan Gones working around Ira Kohlhaas right there. So top 5 drivers now on old tires. Everybody else has come down and pitted. It's like Hermie Sadler is going down pit lane and on pit in his pit stall now. Sadler's disconnected. Andy Regani back on the racetrack. So the top 5 drivers have yet to pit. Cameron Hearn, the first car, being shown now on the lead lap in the 6th position on fresh tires. So 25 laps remaining. As we're looking here at Brandon Massey behind his partner Ira Kohlhaas. They're in the 3rd and 4th positions. Leader is the 45 of Maines, followed by Jeans, who's a second behind him. In the 5th spot is Landon Quisenberry, the points leader. Dalton moving around Brandon Massey. Dalton trying to move up to get his lap back. He's working around Ira Kohlhaas now. Ira Kohlhaas followed by Brandon Massey, 3rd and 4th right now, as Maines and Jeans are at the top 2. Top 5 yet to pit. They're at 36 laps on their tires and fuel. We have about 22 laps remaining. There's Dalton working around Jeans and Maines, who are in the top 2. He's trying to get his lap back. Jeans moving into the top spot around the 45. The 2 looking to get around the 08 to get back on the lead lap. And he does. He's back on the lead lap. So Brigante and Dale Lee both being scored down 1 lap as we're continuing to race here. Race leader now is the 08 of Michael Jeans. There's the 2 PepsiCo guys, the 29 and the 65. They've yet to pit. All the way back to Quisenberry have not pitted yet. And they're a good 9 seconds ahead of Cameron Hearn currently, with about 20 laps remaining. Cameron Hearn putting in almost a 1.5 seconds faster than the rest of the field that has not pitted yet. The 2 PepsiCo drivers still 3rd and 4th. Looks like Brigante is coming up behind them. He's being scored a lap down. He's going to try to get around them so that he can challenge to get himself back on the lead lap. $18 laps left. So 9 cars on the lead lap, 11 cars racing, 2 are a lap down, Brigani and Dale Lee. Looks like Kohlhaas and Massey may have conserved enough fuel. We'll see what happens here at Jeans and Mains. They're thinking the same thing, so have they figured out a fuel strategy that'll keep them in the front? And can they stay ahead of Cameron Hearn, who's only 10 seconds behind them with fresher tires? Cameron Hearn about a second faster than the race leaders now. We're working 16 to go. And he's only 10 seconds behind the race leader. So he does seem to have, mathematically has enough to get the distance in. Can he get up here and make the passes he needs to? Brigani has gotten up to the 0.8 of Jeans, trying to get around him to get his lap back. His race leader's now 1.8 seconds over the 45. And Massey and Kohlhaas almost 5 seconds off our race leader. Brigani looking to go low under the 0.8 to get his lap back. That puts Dale Lee as the only driver off the lead lap now. Approaching the 10 to go signal as we're watching Cameron Hearn working his way up. Hearn now 8.5 seconds behind the race leader. He's caught up with the 75. It'll put him in the top 5, as well as the number, that is David Lee at 064, I believe, right there. There's Dale Lee, currently being scored a lap down. We're working lap 156 and the 168. About 12 to go here. As Cameron Hearn trying to get himself in position to fight for the lead, as he's running out of time to get there. He's 7 seconds behind race leader Mike Jeans. And they may believe that these guys in front of him, the top 4, believe they have enough fuel to get to the end. They're now 6.8 seconds behind Jeans. His last lap just a 10th faster than Mike Jeans. Cameron Hearn now 6/10 behind race leader, the 0.8. As Jeans has a 1.3 second lead over Mains. That 159, so we have 10 laps to go. We're continuing to reel in the top four as he's 5.6 seconds behind the race leader. Gene's last laps, he was about half a second faster. And he's running out of time. He needs to get up there and get up now. We'll see how it works out for him. As Gene's is leading the way here. Second ahead of the 45. As Cameron Hearn's gaining on Ira Kohlhaas, who's about 7/10 in front of him. So Hearn has caught up with Ira Kohlhaas. A little over 5 laps to go. He look to take that inside line. Crosses over the 29, put Hearn into the 4th position, 4.5 seconds back from the race leader with 5 laps to go. So 10 cars on the lead lap, with Dale Lee the only car running that's a lap behind. 5 to go. Signal has been given to the drivers as Cameron Hearn is trying to get caught up with Brandon Massey, who's about 7/10 ahead of him, to get a podium finish tonight. Maines is 6/10 behind our race leader with 4 to go. There's the 45 as he's trying to reel in the 08 with 4 laps to go. So about 6/10 separate the top 2, and a good 3 seconds back to Massey in the 3rd spot, who's now under attack by Cameron Hearn in that 15. As they're side by side there, heading to the backstretch. Massey with a slight lead as the 15 sliding around through the grass. He goes up the racetrack over the nose of the Massey. But no collisions, no caution. There's 3 laps to go. Maines and Gene's, who could do what here? Given the 2 laps to go, sticks are out for the 08. It looks like Dylan Gones had a disconnection due to packet loss, which is usually a computer problem. As the white flag is out to the race leader of Gene's. So 1 to go, final lap here for 1 to go Studios to Mike Gene's, the current race leader. As he's got 2 more laps. Checkered flag flies. The 08 wins tonight. So Mike Gene's, Jason Maines, and Cameron Hearn. And Cameron gets around as Dylan Gones was not able to finish. And not sure what happened between Brandon Massey. It looks like Brandon may have run out of gas as he continues to forward back here. So we'll have to go back and take a look at all that. We'll get with our title sponsor while we get everybody set up for interviews. All right, back here, we're going to start talking with our drivers, and we'll go over the final results and the summary. Coming home in the third position, Ira Kohlhaas. We'll pull him up in here. Ira Kohlhaas, man, you're in the booth with Harold. The 29 Pepsi Cola machine puts it in the podium finish. A very weird end to the race. I saw people dropping off with computer issues.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know exactly what happened with Cameron, whether he pitted and got a splash and go or what he did, but it was odd. I'm lucky enough I had enough fuel to get him there at the line, but it was definitely weird. I don't see how Michael and Jason made it with the speed that they were rolling, but they did it. Congrats to them, and we'll look forward to next season with these Cup cars.
We have one more race, New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah, we do have one more race next week. My bad.
Yeah, one more. Got finale. Now, tomorrow you'd be able to say that because tomorrow we got the Xfinity cars at New Hampshire for that finale. But, yep, definitely. And I'm not sure you guys are going to have to vote on what cars the Cups will be running next season. So that'll be up to the guys there. But before we let you go, man, who you want to thank for your podium finish?
Definitely got to thank my teammate, Brandon Massey. He paints these cars, keeps us looking good on the track. Got to thank my brother, my spotter, Sam. He's learned a lot with me this year, and he's gotten a heck of a lot better. And we're going to keep rolling with that. Got to thank my wife, Callie, and my two daughters, Clara and Lorena. I got to thank Lolly and Pop. They watch just about everything. Randy and Jennifer Sellers with RJS Automotive. PepsiCo of Hopkinsville, David Sparks, Cooper Creek Farms, Cooper Creek Synthetics, and AMSOIL. So they've stuck behind us. We put them out on the track whenever we could. Been able to make all the Xfinity shows, and I think we're looking pretty good in points there, third or fourth, whatever we are. And we'll see if we can't get a good run tomorrow and get another spot.
All right, Ira Kohlhaas tonight, third place at the Nashville Super Speedway. Let him get back to his drivers, his people. We'll get with Jason. Jason, you're in the booth with Harold, man, with your Elliott Sadler Esports 45 car, second place finish tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of strategy there. I learned on the second run how bad these tires fall off. So I went and conserved, and I saw Cameron, was backing up to us on that, I guess, before the second competition caution. And then old Jeans, Sneaky Jeans over there, pitted and got topped off with fuel, but I was saving. I just waited too late to go, and I knew he was waiting for me to go, so I wouldn't catch him. So it was a good time. Elliott Sadler Esports 1-2 finish, can't beat it.
All right, who you want to thank? You got some of them in, but who else do you want to thank for your sponsors for your second place finish tonight here in North South at the Nashville Super Speedway for the LSRL Wilder Graphix Cup Series?
I got to thank 101cbd.org for what they do. Happy Tides for coming on board. If you want to stay focused, happy tides for you at gmail.com.
All right. So Jason Maines, we're gonna see you in the Xfinity Series or the Cup next week. We got New Hampshire, the finale on both tomorrow night for the Xfinity cars, and next week this time for the Cup Series.
Yeah, I might have to do that at a New Hampshire race.
All right, Jason, we'll let you get back with your guys, and we'll move on.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
All right, now we're going to the guy with the checkered flag tonight, Mike Jeans. Talked to him once before. Mike, you're in the booth with Harold. You got that 08 back to the front.
How you like that?
Definitely a crew chief pit crew night, right?
That's it. You can't always be faster. Sometimes you got to be smarter. So we played the smart game tonight. I was, I knew I was a little bit slower. I felt like I was going to be better tonight, but Cameron, Jason, Logan, those guys were just stupid fast, and so I tried 2 tires early in the race, see how that went. And then that last caution failed, and it's like, man, that's kind of a stretch, but I think we can make it. So we just had to play that game. And then Ira and a couple of the other guys, they did the same thing. So on that last restart, I took off, but I was saving really big, and I was like, wait a minute, those guys can make it too. I was like, hell, I got to push to get ahead of them, and then I can save. It's easier to be in front and save, because then you save too much and you wait too late or whatever. So I had no idea Jason was going to try to stretch it. We were all tight-lipped, even in our Discord amongst our team. Nobody wasn't really talking about what we were doing. So,
all right. Well,
Jason, I saw Jason was once he said he was trying to make it. It's like, okay, well, I got to get in front of him too. So, so I can still play that game to where I should have been a little better than he was. So on fuel wise, so to get around him and anyway. Big time. Always enjoy running over here at Lightspeed. Great bunch of guys. Always clean racing. Just lots of fun.
all right, Mike, who do you want to thank for your checkered flag finish tonight here at LSRL?
Lightspeed Racing for my schmancy new hat that I got in the mail. Of course, appreciate those guys. I'll do what I can to help them out. A Bruzy Racewear, Nutrient Ag offer pad, Phoenix Designs for hooking me up with all these paint schemes on taking care of us, our team. Top Hand Foundation and Premier Carts, old Hermie Sadler. I guess Hermie still had a little salt water in his ears he just got back from Hawaii, so he said he kept having a hard time with the wall tonight. So, the struggles are real over at the side of our house tonight. So,
All right.
we're just thinking about him.
All right, Mike Jeans, your winner tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. Let you get back to celebration with you guys.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get to the other pieces of tonight. We'll get with our race summary, race recap from Track Time Entertainment for the 225 Wilder Graphix Cup Series. Mike Jeans was your winner. 4 cautions per 15 laps. 2 of those were competition yellows. 16 drivers. Cameron Hearn was the fastest car on the racetrack, and he ended up finishing in the 4th spot tonight. And our final results. There is the Wilder Graphix 225 race results presented by Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Jeans, your winner. Maines, Kohlhaas. Cameron Hearn 4th. Dalton 5th. Brady 6th. 7th was Andy Regani. Landon Quisenberry in the 8th spot. Brandon Massey, looks like he ran out of fuel at the end, was able to finish it in the 9th position. Dale Lee ends up 1 lap back. And then we have Gonis, Sadler, Murata, Lovell, Powers, and Ayers all finishing off of the lead laps. This is your Grid Finder LSRL Wilder Graphix Cup Series, Wilder Graphix 225. Results for the Nashville Super Speedway here at Lebanon, Tennessee. We'll be heading off to New Hampshire next week. You can also check out the Xfinity Series at New Hampshire tomorrow night at the same times. Until then, I'm Harold Darner, One to Go Studios. We'll see you at the next turn. What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next turn.